we got to stay on this topic of football because you know what's going on here in Philadelphia. You know what's going on with your man Carson, Mr. Hicks. He's getting these trading wins coming here. We got Indianapolis and we got Chicago. You know, they're knocking at the door of the Eagles and saying, hey, look, we might want your guy. So who do you think is going to win the Carson sweepstakes?
You know, it's interesting. I know the reporting that's out right now is Chicago and Indianapolis are, you know, the front runners. But also I think Denver's in the mix.
Yes, I've heard that.
I would not count out the Houston Texans.
I want that so badly. I want Deshaun
right? Wouldn't that
Watson.
be crazy?
Oh, my God, Deshaun Watson. I had him in my fantasy league. Oh, he's great.
Yes, that would be crazy. San Francisco, New England. Don't count out Bill Belichick.
Unfortunately.
We can all safely assume that Carson Wentz is going to be traded, which is crazy. Yeah. I mean, we just talked about the Super Bowl 3 years ago. I mean, talking about the draft, which would be normally it's in April.
Yes.
You know, just talk about what happened, you know, 6 years ago prior to that, where the Eagles were in their draft and moving up the board to get to number 2.
They moved up twice to get Carson in that draft. So
and people were like, oh, it can't be done. And Howie was some way to figure out a way to pull it off and get up there and get Carson Wentz. And the city was happy and everybody was happy. Mm-hmm. And here we are, and it's just it's crazy that it's over and that he's gone. So I would say right now, I don't know who's going to happen. I mean, which team he's going to go to. But if you had to, I think Indianapolis makes the most sense.
Yeah.
Frank Reich was the offensive coordinator here.
Yes.
That helped us win the Super Bowl. Mm-hmm. From some of the reporting is Carson Wentz absolutely trusts Frank Reich. Yeah. Indianapolis is not the kind of sports town that Philadelphia is. It's a good sports town.
Yeah,
it really is.
It is.
I mean, Peyton Manning, you know, so they know their football. Notre Dame.
They got a chip. They got a chip, so they know football. They're smart football fans. However, they did boo Andrew Luck when he retired on the sideline in the game. So, so they not all they didn't have all too much Midwestern sensibilities, as you say. No, they don't. But you know, one thing, and I have to interject this: they did open it up to him if he wanted to come back too. So he ain't going to do it, but you know.
Right. In saying all that, I'm saying that the fan base will not be as harsh as it is here in Philadelphia. And I don't know if harsh is the right word, but that's how some people take it. We're very honest. We speak our minds. Sometimes we think we're a little smarter than we are here in Philly.
We're smarter than the average bear. That's true.
Yeah, sometimes, but we do know our stuff, but sometimes we're a little bit too emotional about it. So I think, and as far as
wait a minute, too emotional. Hold on a second.
Yeah, a little bit sometimes.
We live and breathe and die for Philly sports. I mean, look at GPS. He loves his Eagles. See that emotion there? He's holding it in his emotion right now.
See my green curtains right over here?
Yeah, there you go. Die hard right there. Die hard. But in all seriousness, yes, I believe we are very critical. We're the most critical fans probably in America, period. So that I would look at that and wear that as a badge of honor. So that's just my opinion on that. Now Cortez, your boy Carson.
Yeah.
Here's a nice little tidbit. He actually has a home in Houston. Now, I don't know if a lot of people knew that. He has a little summer home in Houston. So that's why I'm loving that Texans trade. If they just swap quarterbacks, it'd be great. But he has really had a fracture of a relationship with the Eagles. Do you think that maybe he was just a little too big for his britches while he was here playing?
No, I think it's just circumstance, man. I mean, he got injured a few times, you know. Then on top of that, you know, a lot of people are really blaming him for the firing of Peterson, man. Some people believe that he went to the managers and said, "Hey, it's either me or Peterson." Personally, myself, maybe he did. Maybe he went to Laurie and said, "Look, man," gave him an ultimatum, because keep in mind, Wentz wasn't getting a lot of playing time. He wasn't, man.
Yep.
He wasn't getting too much at the end of the season, and I really believe he felt some type of way, man. I mean, you're a star quarterback and you benched.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And you got a rookie coming in, taking up your slack.
Showing out.
Yeah.
He was showing out. So you know, GPS, you kind of co-sign with Cortez and how you know, probably Carson Wentz is feeling right now.
I mean, it's possible. I mean, but you know, what were his numbers up until they benched him. I mean, he wasn't the most accurate dude, so you got to look at that. Either these guys can't catch or you can't throw. It's one of the two.
Mm-hmm. No, we got rid of Aguilar. We got rid of Aguilar. These guys can catch, so don't worry about that.
Okay, so if these guys can catch, what's the difference here? But hey,
that's true. Maybe he doesn't.
Peterson will be all right. He'll find another job somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Don't even worry.
That's true.
And then you got to play him somewhere else later on. Now you got another point to prove. That'll be a whole nother controversy. I have to tell you, football's great. I love it.
Yes, it is.
You know what? We're gonna definitely miss those.
Sometimes I'm not thinking about it right then and there, but then I'm like, damn, what if this really? Yeah, you know what?
I miss
That's
it.
what I'm saying to myself.
I think it's the food trucks. I think that Carson was supposed to get a whole chain of food trucks through the Eagles. They said no. He got pissed off. He's like, you know what? I can get it better in Indiana. They're more spiritual folks than they are here in Philly. A bunch of devils here. Anyway, so in the end, I think it's either going to be Indianapolis, but I'm hoping for the long shot of Houston. That is my hope, because once you guys, if you ever check Deshaun Watson out and see how he plays and see how he moves, I would dare to stretch it and say he would be the second coming of Randall. He would be the second coming of Randall. Not even Donovan. Randall. That's how good his legs are. That's how good his accuracy is. So that's how I feel. So I say Orrie by, I guess, within the next week or so, we might find out if he's gone.
From all the reporting, that seems like what's going to happen. I think right now, since you have the Super Bowl going on, I don't think you want to overshadow that coverage. So you want to make sure that the game goes by and, the day and 2 days after. So I would say by this time next Saturday, I think you might have a landing spot. And one more thing, here's a little tidbit.
Okay.
You brought up Chicago. One interesting thing that's developing, perhaps, I don't know if it's true or not, but stuff that you're hearing is that maybe the Bears send an old Super Bowl MVP quarterback to the Philadelphia Eagles.
You mean Big Nick Dick might come back to Philly? Oh.
That is some of the rumors. Now, I don't know if people are making it up, hoping that it happens, but
good old Saint
Nick. Carson to Chicago, and they return Nick Foles and a first-round pick and something for Carson Wentz. So
it's going to be an interesting, post Super Bowl season and up to the draft. And I really think I'm scared of Howie. I really think somebody else needs to be in charge, and do the deals. I would get GPS to go and to the draft and make this trade deal and get it like a first-round draft pick better than I can trust Howie. I mean, you ever see how this guy finagles his way and getting stuff? Oh my God, bro. I'm telling you, he could get the presidency if he wanted to. But all due respect to Joe Biden, we'll wait another 4 years.